EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for January 2nd, 2020. Welcome to the new year. We have a partly to mostly sunny skies to start the day today, and then we're going to have clouds start to filter in late this afternoon and especially this evening. And this is all going to be ahead of this next system that's going to be affecting our region over the next couple of days. It's going to come in here later tonight, probably after midnight for most areas, maybe a little earlier than midnight further south. But I do think that we'll have some shower activity come into the region tonight that will continue into, at the very least, Friday morning. Then we're going to get a break, I think, and then we're going to have a round two. So they're going to come in two discernible waves here. And the first wave here is coming in overnight, and that goes into mainly Friday morning, might go into the early afternoon in a few spots with some maybe light rain or drizzle. Just showery activity that we're looking at for the first wave. And then another organized batch will come through as we get into Friday night, and that will go into Saturday. So later Friday night and Saturday, we have the opportunity for more rain to take place, and this periods of rain will continue through most of the day, if not all, on Saturday. And then maybe at the tail end here, you get some snowflakes here. Now, the European model has been advertising this by itself, so there hasn't been a lot of support for this from other guidance. There hasn't been a lot of support from its own ensembles for this idea. But the European model keeps showing this little back-end snow here at the very end here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's actually showing a decent amount up here across New England and far northern and northeastern areas. And this actually doubled down on this idea with the latest, the 12Z run. The 18Z run is even more aggressive with that idea. So it has doubled down on that idea, and it's been showing that over the last couple of days, so I don't want to totally dismiss it on Saturday night that you have this opportunity for some snow on the back end here, but it would be very little if it did occur, and I'm not really sold on this idea because it doesn't really have a lot of support. We'll get back to that, though. Here's the NAM future simulated radar, and this is showing right around midnight, on either side of midnight, some showers coming into the region, working its way in from the south to north. This is just light shower activity that's going to go into, at the very least, on Friday morning. And then again, you might have a little bit of a break where you just get maybe a passing shower and or drizzle. And then after that break or lull that we talked about, later overnight on Friday night, you have more rain showers coming in. There's going to be steady periods of rain here on Saturday, and that goes into the evening. Now, unlike the European model, it shows nothing as far as back-end snow here. You see nothing here. So the system just exits, and this goes all the way to the end of the run here. There's nothing creeping in here. So NAM is not thrilled with this idea. The GFS is not thrilled with this idea. As far as I saw, the Canadian is not thrilled with this idea. Most of the European ensembles are not thrilled with this idea, but the European operational was showing this at 12Z and again at 18Z today. So this is the 18Z run. Doubtful, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll continue to track it and see how that works. But looks like this precipitation, regardless of type, is going to end on Saturday evening, and then overnight it clears out. And we are back to partly cloudy skies here on Saturday and colder conditions. Temperature stuck in the 30s in many locations for highs, except for our southeast, might get up to 40 or just above 40. But it will be breezy here on Sunday, it looks like, as this system pulls away. And we could have some wind gusts that are over 30 miles per hour here on Sunday. Once we get to Monday, we are also partly cloudy. We have another system kind of sitting off the north, very weak shortwave. So we'll call it partly cloudy here on Monday, but with temperatures are going to increase a couple degrees, maybe into the lower 40s here, 40, 42-ish for highs here on Monday. But that's it. And then we have to keep an eye on this next system here. This is interesting. This is something I've been looking at as a long-range in the long-range outlooks, not only that I put out to the public here on every Friday, or talk about in the Weather Weeklies videos on Sunday, but also we do in our premium forum, we have long-range updates that we do in there as well, and they're in between. We have the public one on Friday. We'll do a Monday and Wednesday outlook in the premium forum also. This has been a signal time frame here in the January 7th, 8th time frame here for a storm here. It wasn't certain whether or not we get something here that would be a thread the needle type situation, meaning we have marginally cold air in place and a cold shot relative to the overall milder period that we're going to see over the next couple of days, and the mild that we expect coming in after that. So there's a very tight window of near average temperatures. Again, January near average is sufficient for snow. So if you get a storm system to coincide with that period, which is about 3 days, January 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe 9th, okay, then you're going to have a little bit of cooler temperatures compared to what's happening before that. early this week when it's going to be mild today through Saturday. And then what's coming behind it, January 10th through about the 20th, when we're expecting milder temperatures. This is a thread the needle shot of something to come in here. So we always like the January 7th to 8th time frame for something to happen. This is being modeled very differently, though, across different pieces of guidance. This is the European guidance, and it shows this low. And it's a very fast-moving low, so this is not something that's going to dump a significant amount of snow. But if it does track like this, you have the opportunity, at least in the interior northwest of I-95, to get some accumulating snow out of this. I will say that the GFS was, the 18Z run was way off to the south and east, and it did not affect anywhere in our region. And what do you call it? Can't think of the Canadian did cut a little bit more, so because it cut, you had a little bit more warm air coming into it, and it was like a rain maybe ending a snow situation. Okay, so maybe far interior we'll get into some snow in that situation. The storm signal is definitely there, so it's something we're going to be monitoring over the next couple of days. Uncertain what it's going to do as far as precipitation types. It's not going to be a big storm regardless. It's generally a weak wave. But you can get a couple inches. If you stayed all snow, you get, a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow out of it. So we'll continue to watch it just in case. It does look like that storm signal is still there, so we'll keep monitoring that 7th and 8th time frame. But again, after that period, once we get past that, it's going to be kind of on the cooler side through about the 9th of January. After that, we get to the 10th, it starts to warm up. Big ridge starts coming back in here, and we warm up again. It looks like that ridge is going to be in place from about the 10th to the 20th or thereabouts. So we have about a 10-day period there. Will be milder, and then we could start transition to cooler as we head toward the last week of the month. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for January 2nd, 2020. Have a great Thursday.